Although betrayals have always been common in TV shows, some were extra shocking because they came out of nowhere. Betrayals have launched some of the biggest plot twists in TV history, and any storyline filled with backstabbing, two-timing, or disloyalty has guaranteed audiences a juicy and interesting story to get their teeth into. Some of the best villain introductions in TV shows have shown them commit interesting betrayals, which set up their character for the rest of the show. However, not every betrayal on TV was made by a villain. When a non-villainous character committed a betrayal, it was even more shocking, especially if there had been no setup for it. There have been examples of TV characters ruined by their own character development, which was often caused by a singular betrayal that had no context, no foreshadowing, and almost always made no sense. Although some betrayals in TV shows were easily predicted, others were so sudden that audiences couldn't believe they happened in the first place. By Sherlock Season 4, Dr. John Watson, Martin Freeman, was a much different character compared to when he was first introduced in the pilot. He had married Mary, Amanda Abington, and even though she wasn't who she said she was, John accepted this and continued to love her anyway, content with the two moving on from her past together. In The Six Thatchers, the pair welcomed their daughter, Rosie, and all seemed well in the Watson household, even with Sherlock, Benedict Cumberbatch, tagging along. Just moments later in the episode, it is revealed that John had met a woman on the bus and sparked up an affair. John sneakily texted the woman in secret, unaware that it was actually Sherlock's long-lost sister, Eurus, Sion Brooke, in disguise. This was heartbreaking to watch, as audiences knew he truly loved Mary, yet was happy to exchange late-night messages with a stranger he didn't truly know. What made this betrayal even worse was that Mary died at the end of The Six Thatchers, and although John called the affair off, he was clearly racked with guilt. There were plenty of controversial storylines in Gilmore Girls, but the most shocking was easily Luke, Scott Patterson, hiding his daughter, April, Vanessa Morano, from Lorelai, Lauren Graham. In Season 6, Luke discovered he had become a father and hadn't been aware until later in her life. This was a hugely shocking storyline for both the characters in Gilmore Girls and its audience, as it happened very suddenly, and there had been no implication of April's existence until she appeared. However, instead of using his common sense and telling Lorelai, Luke decided to keep this news to himself for a little while. Even though Lorelai and Luke had a very complicated relationship in Gilmore Girls, Lorelai didn't deserve to be kept in the dark about April, especially because of the logistics that came with being responsible for a minor. What made the situation even more baffling was that Luke was always vocal about how much he loved Lorelai, and keeping this huge, life-changing secret was so out of character for him.